Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Hello. Oh, I had to yawn at the exact second the song was over. Anyway, hello, good evening. I hope you're all doing fine. Thank you for also the pasta check and the higher time before we even started. Okay, that's 2 pasta checks. Wait, I haven't even done anything yet. Calm down. Please. Ow. How are you all? Older Luke, you only know the bigger Luke? No, this is the older Luke theory. I hope you are enjoying yourself, but don't try to rush. Don't try to rush through it. Like, take your time. We do not care about recaps. We literally it was like almost yesterday that we last played it. We don't care about recaps. You're having a blast. That's good. You got the yarn shop. The yarn shop. The yarn shop. Oh, goodness gracious. Please don't try to catch up to Dawn Trail in 2 weeks. That's what I'm currently doing, and I have way less to catch up on than you do. Don't rush. Please, it's not gonna run away from you. I do. Oh, what server are you even on? But yeah, welcome back to not Final Fantasy. Not yet. I think once I've actually caught up with Dawn Trail, I will sometime this week. I'm hoping, I'm trying for. I will actually test stream Final Fantasy 14 because the last time I tried was over 2 years ago and it didn't really go over well for my computer. So I don't want to promise Final Fantasy streams if it doesn't even work. So. But yeah, we started Professor Layton in the Unwound Future last time. We honestly didn't get too far. We're what, in chapter 1, 2? We're not too far, and we are in future London. We just met up with the older Luke, and we're now on our way to a hideout of some kind. We're both on Zodiac. And we stopped right here because we're supposed to go to the restaurant. Let's see. Look, do you see the man in black over there? Does he look familiar to you? Yes, he's the one who brought us your letter. Ah. Welcome, fellas. If you're looking for the best home-cooked meal in London, you've come to the right place. Fantastic. What do you recommend? I'm glad you asked. There's nothing I like better than an enthusiastic customer. Oh, thank you, non-binary. First things first, my fish and chips are award-winning. There's none better. I mean, better. What kind of Englishman could say no to that, eh? Not me, that's for sure. I love fish and chips. If you fancy something warming on a cold day, I've got you covered. My lamb stew with crispy potatoes will have you licking your chops, and the lambs too. Haha. I'm sold. I have both. Don't get carried away now, Luke. The food sounds wonderful, but we didn't come here to eat, did we? Oh. That's right. I'm sorry, sir, but we have business to attend to. I'll order something later, though. Of course, little fella. You have a good think about which dish suits you. Alright, hello. Sorry, oh my god, why do I have to yawn so much today? Sorry to keep you waiting, Shipley. No, I just got here a minute ago myself. You've all met before, but I don't think you were properly introduced. This is my good friend, Shipley. He's played a vital role in bringing you and little Luke here to our time. Nice to meet you, Shipley. Likewise, Professor. Sorry I had to be so brave with you when we last met. Luke here told me I shouldn't share any details until he had a chance to speak to you himself. Don't give it another thought. Luke needed to test us before sharing the details of his plan. Shipley, did you manage to do some reconnaissance work in Chinatown, as I asked? What the fuck? Certainly did. Look, the fully scumbag Layton. Apologies, Professor. I'm talking about the evil Layton, of course. The Professor's aware of the situation. Do continue. Right, you know, the towering pagoda in Chinatown. Evil Layton is holding the captured scientists there, apparently. Evil Layton is so fucking funny. Like, I'm sorry. You could have called him Diabolical Layton or whatever. It's just like, oh, Evil Layton. He's got them working like slaves on something or other. So the scientists on Towering Pagoda, that's going to make things very difficult. I heard another peculiar rumor while I was about town. Yes? Word has it that the Prime Minister who disappeared 10 years ago is being held up there too. What? Bill Hawks. Oh, so he's not dead. Good for him. He's been missing ever since the day of the accident. It's been 10 years now. Do you suppose Evil Layton might have adopted the Prime Minister as well as all those scientists? We won't know until we check the facts for ourselves. Big Luke, you seemed apprehensive at the mention of the Towering Pagoda. What is this place? Is that even how you say pagoda, or am I just making a fool out of myself? Like always.
Pagoda.
Pagoda? Hey, that's pretty good. Towering Pagoda is a family stronghold situated among a sea of warehouses in Chinatown. To complicate matters, all of Chinatown is under family control, which means it'll be difficult just to get within walking distance. Be that as it may, we need to uncover the truth. Can you guide us safely to the pagoda? Infiltrating a place like that is going to require a bit of preparation. Why don't we split up for a bit and I'll see if I can secure us a safe route there. You go on and head for Chinatown without me. Shipley will tell you how to get that far, right? Very well. Good. Now I need to get moving. Be careful out there. Crikey, he didn't have leave in a hurry. What the fuck? I've never heard that said before, but this is like the second time they've said it in-game already. He didn't have leave in a hurry. We need to get to Chinatown, Shipley. What's the best way to get there? Let's see. Your best bet is to head back up Flatstone Street. As you head north towards the casino, there's a small set of stairs on the right. You know the ones I mean? Oh, yes, now that you mention it, I do recall passing by an area that fits the description. I forgot to put on pants! Good. Head on them stairs and follow the narrow alley at the top until you hit a path above the river. From there, just follow that path and it'll take you straight into Chinatown. Well, that's easy enough. You not coming with us, Shipley? I wish I could, but I got to stay here and wait for word from your older self. Very well. Thank you for your assistance, Shipley. Come look, we mustn't tarry you. Hi, Sierra! What is that? Every day I'm shuffling. How are you? Be careful out there. If you run into any trouble, you can always find me here. That's good. Sounds just a tool of the government to oppress us. But what if they have good stats? You know? What if they have good stats? Hello. Lovely day, isn't it? Not bad, I suppose. Days like this always put me in a biscuit-making mood. Biscuit-baking mood, not biscuit-making mood. Jesus. Thing is, I haven't been able to enjoy any of them because of this problem I'm having. Would you mind helping me with my conundrum? I'll give you some biscuits for your trouble. Free biscuits? Well, who am I to refuse someone in need? Funniest fucking thing, Biscuit Baffler. In the American version, this puzzle is called Cookie Conundrum. Biscuit Baffler. You have 15 biscuits to share among a large group. The first person eats 1 biscuit and then passes 2 equal shares of the remaining biscuits to 2 other people. They both eat a biscuit and both pass 2 equal shares of the remaining biscuits to 2 other people, and so on until all the biscuits are gone. It takes 1 minute to eat a biscuit. Ignoring the time it takes to pass them, what's the shortest amount of time in minutes that it would take for all the biscuits to be eaten? The good old biscuit working booth. Wait, how many? 15 biscuits. Okay, hold on. Every time I play this game, I forget that I should get a bigger piece of paper to write stuff down on. 15. One biscuit. Okay, wait. 15. One biscuit. And then passes 2 equal shares of the remaining biscuits. Okay, so we pass on 7 and 7. And then that means pass this one on 3, 3, and then we pass those on 1. 4 minutes. That is a horrible 4. That is also a horrible 4. Jesus.
This one's as good as solved.
Hell yeah.
No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Ooh! Oh, enjoy Elden Ring. Wait, if you have Elden Ring, that means I can also play. Wait. We can all play Elden Ring. Hell yeah. Enjoy. Friends, the biscuits will be gone in 4 minutes. The diagram above shows how you can visualize the puzzle to help you solve it. It seems like the kind of thing that might be useful in real life, but it's not a situation that arises very often, is it? I mean, to be fair, if I had exactly 15 biscuits, then I would just share them with, like, whoever takes them first gets them. I don't care how long it takes. Biscuits always taste better when you share them with somebody, don't you think? Oh, definitely. I'm glad you agree. Aw, a new raincoat, yay! Hello. Aw, man. They'll be dry and flake by the time they reach your down south. True. Fair. Fair. Oh, man. Little unfazed, sir. Well, sir just gave me an earful for loafing on a job. Cardboard cutout could do better, he said. Some leader, Hey, why am I spilling family secrets to you? I'm not sure. Oh, think you're brainy getting me to fess up and tell the truth, do you? You won't look so clever when my puzzle stomps you short stuff. Spot the liar. Pear-shaped. 3 boys are playing a card matching game using 20 cards or 10 pairs. Boy A says, I matched 10 pairs in a row from the start. Boy B says, I matched 9 pairs in a row from the start. And boy C says, I matched 8 pairs in a row from the start. One boy is lying. Which one? B. If you match 9 pairs, you only have 1 pair left.
This one's as good as solved. No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Yeah. Very clever, B is lying. If you match the first 9 pairs in a row, you would automatically match the last pair.
Liar, liar. Pants on fire.
Wow, that was the expression of yours had me fooled. You're brighter than you look. Excuse me? Why would you say that? He doesn't have a dozy expression. He's just a little round.
Huh?
Same woman again. And she's gone.
Here you go.
What's this now?
Open it and see.
A hat?
For the newly appointed professor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a fully fledged member of the academic community now. So you've got to look the part.
Look at your giant top hat.
Very dashing, Herschel. The picture of a true gentleman.
A true gentleman?
He's so cute with his little blush.
No, leave it on. It suits you. It really does. So no taking it off. Oh, look at the time. I didn't realize how late it was. I have to go to the lab. We're running a very important experiment today. Let's continue this celebration over dinner tonight. Oh, and promise me you'll wear the hat. It's not your usual style, but keep an open mind. After all, isn't that what a gentleman does?
It's amazing how they managed to make him look slightly younger, even though his face is practically the same, just by making his hair a little more fluffy in the back. Like everything else is the exact same, and his blush. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he was definitely younger here. Thank you for the item time. Did you see that, Professor? That was the same woman we saw earlier, wasn't it? I suppose it was. You seem distracted, Professor. Are you alright? What's that? Oh, I'm fine, Luke. Absolutely fine.
You say so, Professor. Hey, look, I bet these are the Shipley mentioned.
Not Shirley, Shipley. I saw that was clear, but it's impossible. Perhaps that's what happened when the Prime Minister was abducted 10 years ago. Perhaps he was sent to the future as we were. But if all this talk of time travel is real, if so, then maybe that really was Claire. No, it defies all logic. Claire can't be here, not after that day. Not after that day. A woman who looks uncannily like Professor Layton's old sweetheart, Claire, is wandering around town. Who could she be? Who could she be? Do you suppose a bronze statue depicts some sort of local hero? I'm going to have a quick look. Look, Professor, the man in the statue has the same hat as you. So he does. If I'm the man in the statue, does that make you the boy then? Well, I suppose he looks a bit like me. There's a description of the statue here, let's see. It seems our friend here was some sort of famous author. An author, you say? Not a professor? Imagine if he was. Now that would be a coincidence. Let's see what else it says. The author used to write big, complicated books, but all that changed because of this boy. The boy was ill, and to cheer him up, the man wrote an adventure novel for people of all ages. I suppose the book was so successful that he went on to write more of them. What a heartwarming story. Oh, but that's not all, Professor. Here, I'll read you the rest. In the end, the little boy was taken by his illness. However, the extraordinary friendship between the author and the boy would last forever. I can't believe how sad the ending is. Nah, it's not all bad, my boy. It sounds as if the two found true friendship in each other. Some people go through their whole lives without experiencing such a thing.
I suppose so. It's still terribly sad, though.
Look here. It says a memory of an extraordinary and everlasting friendship. Wouldn't it be wonderful if our friendship grew to those heights?
What do you mean, if? Our friendship is already extraordinary and everlasting.
No, Luke. I didn't mean to roughly said this. You're right. We're very good friends. You're not upset, are you?
Me? Upset? Of course not. Anyway, I think we should move on.
Oh dear.
If? We're not the best of friends yet. What do you mean?
You know the statue here reminds you of a puzzle? Precisely. Here, give this one a try. Broken lance. Here's a photo of 4 knights with lances. One of the lances is broken, but it was repaired with string just before the photo was taken. Whose lance is it? Of course, all the lances were originally straight.
This one's as good as solved. No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Spot on. It's easy to spot the king and knight sees lands if you look at it diagonally from the bottom. Uh-huh. Wonderful work. You're really getting quite good at this, Luke. Thank you. It's official. I'm a genius. Just listen to this puzzle I thought up. It's a real gem. Oh. Okay. There are 3 siblings, A, B, and C. A. I have 1 older brother and 3 younger sisters. I have 2 older brothers and 2 younger sisters. I have 3 older brothers and 1 younger sister. Given that all the statements are true, what is the lowest possible number of siblings in this family? Oh god, wait. I have 1 older brother and 3 younger sisters. 1 brother and 3 younger sisters. I have 2 older brothers and 2 younger sisters. Okay. I have 3 older brothers and 1 younger sister. The lowest number. Okay, 6.
That should do the trick.
3 brothers and 3 sisters, at the very least.
Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
Bang on! The lowest possible number of siblings is 6. At first glance, it might seem like there are only 5, but the fact that A says that he has 3 younger sisters means there must be at least 3 female siblings. Likewise, the fact that C says that she has 3 older brothers means there must also be at least 3 male siblings, so 5 siblings isn't quite enough. Hell yeah. Don't you just hate when random people on the street just give you puzzles without context? Happens every day. Actually, I think if I ran across someone and they just started talking to me and were like, hey, solve my puzzle, I think I would actually go, okay, I will try. I think it would be funny as hell. What? You solved it? You must have cheated. I don't talk to cheaters. Good day. What? What do you mean? Damn. Came up with a puzzle and he doesn't even appreciate people solving it. Weirdo. Puzzles are made to be solved. That's the fun part. That's the fun part about mystery novels as well. It's a fun.
A cheat no, no. I would never.
It's a fun part about puzzles, solving them. It's the same with mystery novels. Like getting to the, like figuring out who's the murderer. Hi.
Every man backs down from non-puzzle. In fact, nothing delights him more than pursuing a solution. You there. You're a man, now you're not. Well then, don't just stand there, solve this puzzle.
What? Layman? Layman? You return to your flat to find a strange piece of paper next to your calculator. Your flatmate must have been trying to tell you something before he left. The note says 101 times 5. What word could your flatmate have been trying to convey to you with this mysterious memo? Well, 101 times 5 is 505, so
S-O-S.
Let's see if I've got this right.
God, I cannot wait to absolutely be stumped by the puzzles in the new
Well,
Layton.
that's settled.
This one is just burned into my brain, this game. The message is SOS. When you enter 101 times 5 into a calculator, you can interpret the answer 505 as SOS. Your flatmate was asking for help. You should have left a little more details though. How am I supposed to help him? Where is he? At last, an answer. You, sir, have proved beyond doubt that every puzzle has an answer. Excellent work, my good man. Okay. Thanks. Is this really the way to Chinatown? It's awfully dirty and dark. This place frightens you, my boy. Me? Scared? No way. I just want to get to Chinatown. Let's go. There's no need to dash off, Lou. Do be careful, you could slip. Oh. Oh dear, what did I just tell you? Are you laughing at me, Professor? Laughing? Me? Certainly not. Are you quite alright? Of course I am. I just bumped my knee a little. I'll walk it off. Good. I was worried for a moment there. Let's go. Said something. Are you okay? I'm fine, Sarah. I'm fine. I hope you're okay. You couldn't solve it, my good man. My good man. Hello. Hello there, little chappy. Have you ever been so bored you could keel over? I have. What the fuck is going on with your chin? Why are you so bored? Well, I don't have anything to do. That's a big factor. But also, I've sort of lost my life and now I can find it. How does one lose one's life? A while back, this fella tells me he can earn a few bob doing his cushy job. I was out of work at the time, so I thought, why not, you know? Makes sense. Yeah, I thought so too until I realized I'd been had. The fella threw me in a dark hole and had me digging all day and night, working like a dog I was. Sounds like whatever he was paying you, it wasn't worth it. I haven't even told you the worst bit yet. I finally finished the job and I had home yet. Everything's been switched around while I'm in the hole and I can't find my house or my family. Gosh, maybe you traveled through time like us. Oh, well, where now? I don't really follow, but I do know I've been out here on my own for a while now. The only thing I've got to pass the time on these puzzles I do. Here, try one. Brother! Are you good? You took some tunnels, but they've ended up looking like an ant farm. You have to connect A to A. You can use the same path twice. In order to do this, however, one of your connections must go above ground. Is this connection A, B, or C? Oh, fuck. No. Okay. Wait, let's see. A needs to go... An ant farm! An ant farm. Oh. Well, that doesn't work. No. No. Ugh. Oh, wait. Damn it.
Cool, you can make all 3 connections if C goes above ground. Nice. Good job there, Chappie. I can tell you're a thinker. You remind me of my son. Alright, know-it-all he is, but he's a good boy, really. Used to love it when I give him a puzzle to work on. I do wish I could see the little tyke again. God! Sir! We're gonna get you home. I hope.
Looks like we're on the right track, Professor. Here's the thing.
Indeed, and it looks as majestic as ever. I suppose some parts of London never change even after 10 whole... Hey, that wasn't there before. If you notice it as well, then Luke. It has to be the biggest lighthouse I've ever seen. I'm sure it wasn't there before. Judging by its almost pristine condition, it must have been erected fairly recently. I forgot a thing. Sorry. Open up.
Cripes, it broke.
Well, what do you expect when you go around prodding everything?
I want to find hidden coin.
Professor, I wasn't prodding it that hard. Luke.
I'm sorry, I should probably be more careful.
Indeed, you should. Now, let's see what kind of damage you've caused here. 6. I do believe this leads somewhat interesting. Let's have a look at what's on the other side.
Isn't this trespassing, Professor? Professor, wait for me.
We don't care about being trespassers. I love it. Even it. This is where it leads.
Can we leave now, Professor? The casino staff won't be happy to find us in here.
You worry too much, Luke.
Maybe so, but I still think we should leave now.
Not until we found funny hidden puzzle. There we go. Very strange. I do believe we found a hidden puzzle. I like that we found a way to get into the casino again. For no reason. I don't remember whether you need to go into the casino again ever. Here are 3 strange symbols. A, B, and C. If A is 63 and B is 89, what on earth could C be? You can take it for granted that C will be a 2-digit number as well. Okay, wait. A is 63. And B 89. Oh, you just need to look at them from the side. found. Could you please help me, Oot? Just how many henchmen are actually Oot there? Oot! Oot there. Well, okay, there's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 henchmen.
This one's as good as solved. I knew it!
I knew it.
That's right. Craven's 9 henchmen. I was right to be afraid. Old man! Another old man for a sticker book. Yay! You solved my puzzle. Looks like you know part of the family lot then, and not too bright, see? Of course not. We're not family minions. I'm Luke, and this here's the famous Professor Layton. Wait. Layton, you say? Of course he's not a family minion. He's the head honcho. Help! Somebody help me!
Oh, I forgot the name Layton scares the living daylights out of people in this town.
Yes, it's unfortunate, but people do seem to think I'm a criminal. On a more interesting note, have a look at the ground, Luke.
The footprints must belong to the man who just went off. Come to think of it, his shoes and trousers were soaking, but why? It's a bit chilly to go out for a swim, don't you think?
Indeed, so how do you get so wet?
Mystery!
Men in white laboratory coats seem to be all over this part of town, but the odd thing is that the trouser bottoms and shoes are always soaking wet. What reason could they have for walking around London with wet feet? It's our lucky day. We seem to have stumbled across a hidden puzzle.
Hell yeah.
Tint trouble. 3 different types of tinned food are randomly stacked up. You need to rearrange them into stacks of the same food. However, if there are tins on top of the tin you want to move, you have to move them all at once. Also, you can't have more than 6 tins in a stack. Sounds easy, right? One more thing, you have to do it in 6 moves or fewer. Oh god, wait. Oh no. I was like, I like stacking puzzles. Oh, in 6 moves or fewer. Okay. Okay. Start with this one then. Then you. Then. Oh, wait, no, that's too many. Ah, fuck. Yeah. Six moves. Okay.
I've got a good feeling about this one. Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
Spectacular. Now everything's in order. Nice.
Nice.
And that, as they say, is that. Who's they?
You know, Professor, what with all the trees and stuff, this hill is a bit creepy.
What's the matter, Luke? You're not afraid of seeing a ghost, are you?
Come on, Professor, I know you would never believe in something so unscientific.
Unscientific, you say?
Yeah, there's no proof that ghosts exist.
And a man of science like you would never fear something as silly as ghosts, eh, Luke?
Well, maybe just a little.
Maybe just a little.
I spy with my little eye a hidden puzzle.
Paving the way. Hidden puzzles, but they're still only worth 20 picaras. That means they're really easy. Still. You want to pave your garden using one of these 5 types of paving stones. However, only one of these shapes will, when used repeatedly, cover every part of the garden apart from the star-shaped flower pots. Paving stone shapes can be rotated but not flipped. Which type of paving stone should you use?
E. E. E.
This one's as good as solved.
E gets in every corner.
Phew, that's a relief.
Well done! E is the paving stone you need to use, as you can see above. Being able to make good use of stones is a useful skill for a gardener. Thank you, game. I don't think I'll become a gardener. To be fair, no, gardener is my main in Identity V. So I guess, to an extent, they're right. I knew I could do it. I'm very proud of you. Psst. Oh, you two look sharp. You got a look about you. Do you know where you are? I must confess we do not. It's our first time in this area. Listen, I could be wrong, but it looks like you are a couple of fine, upstanding citizens. I'm a nice fellow, so cue in. You're standing right in the middle of the Black Market Bazaar. Oh, Black Market. Black Market? Wow. Wow, I was right, Sonny. We saw a lot of dodgy stuff out here, and no one questions where it comes from. If it was me and those shiny loafers of yours, I'd keep my head down and leg it quick as I could.
That would seem prudent indeed.
Before we go, though, I've got a question. Why do people come all the way out here to shop?
Listen, son,
The things for sale here, let's just say I won't find them at a local corner shop. Come to the bazaar and who can say what treasures you'll find? Oh, I suppose you mean antiques and other rare items.
I think we've asked enough questions for one day, Luke. Let's move on, shall we?
You two, be careful. If you're ever in the market for something hard to find, swing by. Hello there, Mr. Cat. Meow, meow, meow.
What's he saying, Luke?
He says he's in a bit of a jam, Professor.
In a bit of course.
Cat romance.
This tomcat is trying to meet up with his sweetheart. However, there are dogs in the squares marked with X's, and if the tomcat comes within 3 squares of one, they'll pick up his son and chase him off. Rest assured that the dogs can't smell through walls, though. Which entrance out of A, B, C, and D should the tomcat take so that he can be safely reunited with his lady friend? Oh boy. Okay, well, if you go this... Let me just map one thing. If you go... Should be fine here, right? Can't smell through walls. It's 3 steps away. It's 3 steps away. Yep.
How about this?
Ha ha ha.
Phew, that's a relief.
Perfect. The answer C. Reunited at last.
Meow, meow. I know. I'm glad we could help as well.
Yes, I'm glad to be of service. Hello.
I can't stop looking at this curious flower and the strange little insect that's buzzing around it.
Yeah. But we are not missing any of our puzzles, so we have no use for the strange little flower. Hello. Oh, what do you think you two are doing? No one passes through this here gate. Clear off or we're having more than words with each other. I see.
What nerve, they're just a pair of brutes, don't you agree? Professor, what are you thinking about?
Tell me, Luke, did this two remind you of anyone we know? It's not an exact match, but they do bear an odd resemblance to a certain pair of fellows.
Of course, you're talking about Inspector Chalmy and Bart.
I am. The similarities are quite striking, don't you think?
Big guy in charge? Check. Small assistant? Check. Something tells me the inspector wouldn't take kindly to being told he resembles a criminal.
Speaking of the inspector, did his presence at that event seem at all odd to you?
Then, do you mean the time machine presentation?
Yes, why do you suppose a police inspector was invited to an event like that in the first place?
Well, he's cracked quite a few tough cases. Maybe celebrity status got him invited.
Yes, I assumed the same thing. After all, pseudo-celebrity status is what got you and me our tickets.
Pseudo-celebrity? Nonsense, you're the great Professor Layton. The model modern-day English gentleman.
I hate to say it, Luke, but I think you're the only one who heaped that kind of praise on me. From what I saw, almost everyone there was either from the media or London high society. Inspector and I were clear exceptions to an otherwise homogeneous list of names.
So?
So, the question looms before is, why did Dr. Stangan, whoever he is, invite the inspector and me? Would anyone give to hear the inspector's take on the event?
Yeah, it's too bad we have to go back to our own time to ask him. Wait a second, what if the inspector's still working here in the future?
Professor, there you are.
Hello, Luke.
I couldn't help but overhear you as I ran out. Did you say you'd like to meet the inspector? Yes, ideally we would meet him back in our time while the events of that time are still fresh. I think we can make that happen.
How?
Let's continue this conversation where we can't be seen or heard, shall we? Why don't we head over to the wooded area to the west?
Because it's closed.
Look, a hidden puzzle! The green frame and 6 orange blocks below are all composed of identical equilateral triangles. The frame can be completely filled using 5 of the 6 blocks. The blocks can be freely rotated and flipped to fit in the frame. Circle the one block that isn't used. Aww. Sadly, you're not allowed to just try them out.
Hey, Sammy, good evening.
Thank you for the videos. And then this one. And then this one. And then this one over here. No. Not this one. This one in here, and then the small. Yeah, that, okay.
Let's see if I've got this right. Well, that's settled.
Nice. Excellent. Was it difficult to assemble in your head? There's actually a really easy way to solve this puzzle. Did you find it? The frame is composed of 22 identical equilateral triangles. Equilateral. The 6 blocks together are composed of 24 triangles, which is 2 too many. This means the unused block must be the one made from only 2 triangles. Oh. No. No. Math? No. God, no. Nothing like a bit of exercise for the brain to put a spring in your step. There, much better. I don't think anyone is likely to overhear us now. Math! You mentioned that there is a way for us to visit the inspector in our own time. I can only imagine that this means going back to 10 years ago. Is such a thing possible? Indeed, Professor, but the only way to do it is to use the wormhole in the clock shop. But the door to the clock shop is locked. How are we going to get in? That shouldn't be a problem. I can get the door open for you. Strange. Why is it that you have such easy access to the wormhole? Promise I'll explain everything when we get there. Please trust me on this. But for now, let's return to the clock shop on Midland Road. What about our plan to head into Chinatown? That'll have to be put on the back burner for now. The situation has changed. The situation has changed? What do you mean? Chapter 4, back to the present. Okay, go back to the clock shop. That's quite a ways to go.
Say, when was that lighthouse on the river built?
About 5 years ago. Did anyone comment on its peculiar location? Building a structure like that in the middle of the river seems to serve little purpose. That's not untrue, Professor, but let's discuss the city later. We need to make for the clock shop. Yeah. thank goodness you're here. Lana's most stubborn man requires some assistance.
Alright. What's the matter?
It's a blasted bird over there. Dreadful creature swooped down and plucked my best cufflinks right off my sleeves.
What bird?
This one. That must be the bird that fellow's talking about.
Oh wow, a parrot.
You just stand there staring and grab the winged menace before it flaps off. You may not have noticed, sir, but we're in a bit of a hurry here.
Luke, listen to yourself. Don't you remember what the professor always says? Helping people in need is the duty of every gentleman.
A very good point, Luke. Very well, then let's think. This bird clearly likes shiny objects. Excuse me, sir, would you happen to have anything shiny we could borrow for a moment? Of course. What sort of gentleman would I be without a proper Here, I always carry a garnet for when I need to accessorize with a little flash. Oh dear. What's wrong? Curses, the garnet has fallen to the bottom of my case and I can't reach it. You're not making it very easy for us to help you. But we're still going to help you. Oh no! Oh, my favorite puzzles. A red garnet has fallen to the bottom of this cluttered briefcase. Can you move the garnet to the opening at the top by sliding the clutter out of the way? That's a very good question.
Allow me to present my solution.
It's only the first one. Still gonna be easy.
Puzzling? I think not.
Right, just look at that sparkling gem. Aha, there we are. Does any like this flashy gem will attract the parrot? See if you can tame him when he gets close.
Leave it to me.
Right then, here goes. Here he comes. I don't actually know what kind of sound a parrot makes.
Don't worry, boy, we won't hurt you. You don't say.
You know, that bird seems pretty fond of you, Luke. Are you friends now?
Of course.
Well, now that you're friends, why don't you give him a name?
Good idea, Professor. What should I name him?
Oh god, what do we want to name our bird? What did we call our hamster in the first game? I forgot. Oh no, what name? What name should we give him? What name? Huh? I don't even know if that would fit. Just for you. I'll call him Slag.
Beep. Nice to meet you. I'm Slag.
Hello there, I'm Luke. It's nice to meet you too, Slag. Nice work, Luke. That was amazing.
Of course. What else would you expect from the apprentice of the great Professor Layton?
Here's your new minigame. You have a new feathered friend, Slag the parrot. Parrot minigame has been added to the trunk. First, have the parrot play with Luke to learn the basics. Once you've done that, you have the chance to do lots more with your parrot friend. Thank goodness you caught the fluffy fiend. What a fine young man you two are. Keep it in and one day you will become a true gentleman just like myself. Glad we could help. Here's your garnet, and I believe these cufflinks are yours too. Oh yes, there we are. With these in place, I'm even more devastatingly handsome than before. And I believe you two young men deserve something for your trouble. There's really no need, sir.
Helping people's reward enough for any gentleman.
Aww.
Slag, let's have some fun. What? Right, so all you have to do is bring the apple to me. Think you can do it? Your parrot has generously volunteered his services as a delivery bird. Unfortunately, the heavy objects he has to carry make it hard for him to fly properly. Predict his flight path and use ropes to create perches that will guide him to the recipient. Create a perch for your parrot by connecting any two posts with a rope. The number of ropes at your disposal changes with each delivery request. Position and angle for each perch will affect your parrot's flight trajectory. Build efficient perches that will help your parrot get to his destination as quickly as possible. Ropes can cross over each other, also you can attach more than one rope to the same post. Oh boy. Touch clear to remove all the ropes you've drawn from the screen. Touch start to send your parrot out to deliver his package. Watch carefully how he flies. If you want to cancel the delivery attempt while the parrot is flying, touch quit. When the parrot lands on a flat perch, he will return to his basic flight path when he next takes off. Using a number of well-placed perches, your parrot can fly to very high places. Complete a course by guiding your parrot over to the delivery recipient. During delivery, if your parrot flies off to the side of the screen or falls, you must start again. Your parrot must also reach the recipient before time runs out, so keep an eye on the time limit. That's a lot of things. Eggs, Harriet! For free? Oh, here. I think that should work. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's locked currently. Right, Slack, you got the apple to me in no time. Great. Whenever you want to have another go, just give me a squawk, won't you? Let's play. Nice. Shady Grove. Do you have anything else for me?
Hi! You love Layton, very cute. Me too. This one is my favorite.
How can a grove be shady? By having a lot of trees. Today's the big day. At last, I should propose to the most enchanting woman in all of London. Oh. Propose a business partnership, that is. Gosh, how exciting! Yes, at last, Belle, radiant goddess as she is, will help me realize my life's ambition. I plan to start a clothing line. As you can see, I'm no stranger to style myself, but no one has the finger on the pulse of fashion like that girl. Every genius needs a muse. Belle is mine. Oh, well, good luck with that. Belle! Je m'appelle Belle. Goodness gracious. It's a long way back to the... Oh. Let's take the path on the left up here. The left? Will that way take us back to Midland Road as well? It will, and in half the time. Oh, a new path. New path means new hint coins. Hello. I see you staring at me. What do you need, boy? Oh, nothing, sir. I just saw you there and thought I'd say hello. It's been a while since I had myself a chuckle like that. Let me thank you with a puzzle. What? I'm sorry for skipping what he said. I have no idea what he said. Where's my code? 4 children below were playing in a park when they suddenly realized that they had to go home. In their haste, however, they mixed up the codes. I left my code in the park. A's name was written on this code. Oh no, I didn't bring a code out with me, but now I'm wearing someone else's. This code isn't mine. Who's wearing these codes? Wait, calm down. You are wearing A's code. You left your code in the park. You didn't bring a code out with you, but now you're wearing someone else's. You didn't have one. This code isn't mine. C is wearing D's code. If D is wearing a code that's not his, you're wearing A's. You're not wearing anything, and C is wearing the code.
This one's as good as solved. knew it!
I knew it. That's right, the answer's C. A, B, and D all had coats with them. B is wearing A's coat. That leaves B's and D's coat, but since D isn't wearing his own coat, he must be wearing B's. As such, you know that C is wearing D's coat. Let this puzzle be a lesson to you. If you're careless with your things, you lose them. Here, take this. I found it over there. You must have left it behind the last time you were here. I've never been here before, but thank you. Anyway. The living room is just on the other side of that door. I'll go and open it. Hey, the door's locked. Locked? It can't be. Which over, Luke? I'll get it open. Strange, it really is locked. Look at this, you two. There's an unusual set of numbers embedded in the door. Oh. You never got past the chocolate one, Curious Willy? You should have tried again. There's so many cool games in there. To open the door, place 4 numbered tiles in the blank spaces so that all the conditions set forth by the equations are fulfilled. Placing a numbered tile into a blank space enters it into the equations in the positions above and below. Oh god. Something times something is the same as something plus something. And the other way around. Ew, ew. The door's locked? Bullshit. Move aside, little man. Something times something is the same as something plus something. 2 times 3 is the same as 1 plus 5. And 2 plus 3 is 5 is the same as 1 times... Yeah, yeah!
I do believe I've got the answer.
Oh! You do believe you got it?
Success!
Damn. Success? I don't remember him being able to solve stuff as well. Brilliant! Here's one possible solution. The right and left halves of each equation are interchangeable. Additionally, since each half of the equations involves the addition or multiplication of a pair of numbers, the order of numbers in each pair can be switched without affecting the overall results. Lol. That's true. Wonderful work, Big Luke. I think it's a little early for congratulations, Professor. The door still won't open. If the puzzle isn't keeping the door shut, what is? Well, I suppose it's time for Plan B. This might seem too obvious, but would you two help me give this door a push? Certainly. It does seem we've run out of other options after all. Ready, everyone? All together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom! What's a man doing on the ground? This fellow must have fallen asleep against the door. It just goes to show that every puzzle has an answer. Think fast, Professor, because the answer's coming this way and he doesn't look happy. What do you think you're doing kicking down my napping door? You woke me up. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Please understand we had no idea you were there. Oh no, you again. Look, I can't deal with that hat of yours right now. I'm out of here. Oh dear, I seem to have driven that poor man off. I wouldn't pay too much heed, Professor. Besides, we need to keep moving towards the clock shop. We're nearly there now. That is so funny, though. So, spill the beans. Just how much trouble has that hat got you into? Oh, nothing serious, I assure you. Not yet. Really? So, that has trouble if you ask me. But never mind that. Now that you're here, there's something I'd like your help with. I would not lean against a door of all things to take a nap. Like, if you're going to take a nap in public, at least try somewhere that is not able to move at all. And not just because it's closed right now. I can't sleep while standing though, so... I get it.
Rubbing his back, the waiter sighed wearily and said, I always use the same box to carry as many glasses as I can at a time, but there's one type of glass that I really hate carrying. Of the 4 glass types pictured here, which one is the waiter talking about? Keep in mind that they all weigh the same. As many as you can. E, because you can stack more of those.
Let's see if I've got this right. Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
Very good. The glass type in question is B. This is the only kind of glass that's stackable, which means that you can fit a lot into the box, making it very heavy and a pain to carry. What's the deal with that hat of yours then? You must be awfully attached to it if you keep it on knowing it could cause trouble. You're quite right about that. I dare say this hat is one of my most prized possessions. Well, I can see there's no persuading you to take it off. Be careful out there though. These days it seems like there's trouble around every corner in London.
Watch out, Professor! There's a bee over there!
Now, Luke, I'm sure he won't hurt us, as long as we don't bother him.
If you say so.
You know, I've never seen a bee quite like this. Can you try talking to him, Luke?
I suppose I can try.
Well, look at Mr. Tall out here. Clearly he knows a bee of distinction when he sees one.
Why, he's seeing you one.
Wow. You're not like any bee I've ever met.
According to all known laws of aviation, a bee shouldn't be able to fly. Thank you for the pick, though.
Isn't that what I just said? Well, it's true. I'm no run-of-the-eye bee, but I do try to blend in.
You like jazz?
You'd probably have better luck blending in if you didn't talk.
Sure, whatever you say, smart guy. But listen, I've got something you should hear.
Yeah.
You know those puzzles you don't get around to solving? Well, they all come hang out with me. You see, I have what you might call one of them magnetic personalities.
Wait, are you saying you've got the same job as Granny Riddleton?
Granny who? I don't know no grannies. But my name is Beasley. I'm gonna tell you how to peruse those puzzles now. So listen good.
Huh. I'm all ears.
Tap that flower over there to see a list of all the puzzles I've got. It's as simple as that. So anytime you get a craving to solve some of the puzzles you left behind, come here. Did that all make sense? Because people tell me I do tend to drone on. Drone?
It makes perfect sense.
All right, then. You have fun with those puzzles, and I'll be here if you need me.
Thank you, Beasley. I will never ever get to use your services, but I appreciate it regardless.
Yo. No puzzle left behind.
Watch out, fellas, can you see you standing in the middle of a building site? It's good to see that you're making progress with the construction work. Only that were the case, we're here to snack, see? Look at these boards here. They're very odd shape. What are you using them for? Diddly squawk. Got crates of these things, but I can't use them. I need square boards, you see? What's a man to do? Accept them. This wooden board is oddly shaped and difficult to work with. The best solution would be to cut it into 2 pieces that form a square when they are combined. However, the grain of the wood means that the 2 pieces can't be flipped or rotated after being cut. Draw lines where the board needs to be cut, then touch submit. Here. Boom. Easy peasy.
That should do the trick.
Who the fuck orders wooden boards like that?
Few things satisfy
Those
like
had
a
to be
puzzle
cut
solved.
to even get that shape in the first place. That wasn't too hard, was it? No. Look at that, one couldn't have got square boards. Thanks for the idea, mate. Yeah, no problem. That's the shop. The door was locked earlier and no one would answer when we knocked. It's because you didn't know the secret knock. Watch this. Come on in. Go on, try the door now. Oh, tock, 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 tock. Ah, looks like no one. It looks like no one's here. Hehe. Well, look who's back. What are you doing hiding there? I see you've learned the secret knock, dearie. Actually, I was the one who did the knocking spring. Is Cock around? And there you are, Luke. Cock's in the back room. So you know the owners of the clock shop, Luke. I must have forgotten to mention that earlier, but yes, Spring and Cock have been helping me. I think Cock can explain better than I can, though. You should ask him. Alright. See what he has to say. I thought I heard voices out front. Nice to see you again, Professor, and Look! The Professor's apprentice. Yes, Luke, of course. Would you mind telling them about the wormhole and how it all started, Cog? I think it would help to have everyone on the same page. It would be my pleasure. Not that, Luke. Ah, the smaller Luke, that is. Yes. Tell me, lad, what does this contraption behind me look like to you? A big old clock? Right, you are. By my estimate, this clock is well over 100 years old. The old girl needs a lot of TLC to keep chugging along, so I spent quite a bit of time on maintenance. I was right in the middle of oiling her gears one day when two family thugs burst in. Oh. Here we go, it's gotta be the place the boss was talking about. To your right. Hey boss, there's a big clock here, just like you said. It's a proper antique, look. Hey you, what do you think you're doing barging into my shop? Get your hands off my clock. Shut it, you old codger. You don't tell us what to do. Don't you know who you're dealing with? I'm dealing with a load of clods who won't get out of my shop. I keep a civil tongue in my head if I were you, Granddad. Get out of the way, we've got a schedule to keep here. What are you clowns waiting for? Get to work. If you don't get a move on, things won't be ready in time for you know who. Sorry, boss, we're doing our best, but Granddad here has got his knickers in a twist. Then throw him out into the street, you numpty. Let me go, you villains. Damn, Jesus Christ. Let him go. Just gonna go for a little walk, alright, Granddad? Yeah. You keep your filthy hands off my clock, you hear me? They did not, in fact, keep the filthy hands off your clock, did they? Just about on schedule. You have to wait until the exact time the boss had to turn this thing on. That's all I heard before the spruce threw me out of my own shop. It wasn't until later that I found out what the thugs wanted from my little clock shop. See, the family was funding the construction of a time machine by a group of scientists. I think the idea was to use it to create some kind of wormhole. How could they do that? Search me, it was all mumbo jumbo. Something about opening up a vortex in a flow of time. Anyway, things didn't go exactly to plan for whatever reason. See, so somehow this whole time appeared in this clock of yours. That's more or less it. This clock has been ticking away for over 100 years. My guess is that something about the clock's age caused the warp point to gravitate to this spot. The wormhole, whatever it's called, became a part of my clock. That's crazy. Thing is, I'm the only one who can keep the old girl running. Which means, like it or not, I'm the only person who can open and close the wormhole. Wow, that's really weird. It's a burden is what it is. Once the family realized, they forced me to work the clock for them. After a while I caught wind of Cock's situation. It goes without saying that he's not a member of the family. In fact, the family's been nothing but a source of trouble for him. It certainly sounds like it. So I approached Cock and Spring and explained my plan to them. They agreed to help and Cock fired up the machine so that I could get my message to you. And upon receiving your letter, I let my curiosity take Luke and myself on a journey that led here. It's quite a plan you concocted, Big Luke. Thank you. It's about to get even more interesting. Oh. Professor, with Cox's help, we can send you and Luke back to your own time. You'll be able to speak to Inspector Chalmy there. But you will come back to put a stop to what's going on here when you're finished, won't you? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Luke. I keep my promises and I intend to solve the problem here. It's what a gentleman would do. Thank you, Professor. That was exactly the answer I was hoping for. I wouldn't dream of leaving things here in this state. You said it yourself, Luke. The only one who can stop Herschel Layton is Herschel Layton himself. That's true. My apologies. I should never have doubted you. Let me see here. Yep, you solved at least 30 puzzles. Easy. If you've done enough research, you take your investigation back to your own time. Hopefully you learned something that will help us clear up the terrible situation here. Yes, I hope so. Now then, Cog, if you would be so kind as to start up the clock. I hope you understand if I stay here. I don't wish to risk distorting the events of the past any more than necessary. I agree. Besides which, the poor inspector's eyes would likely pop out of his head if I turned up with 2 Lukes.
Actually sounds quite funny. Too bad you can come, Big Luke.
Okay, she's all ready to go. Let's get going. Nice. Here we are. I feel sick. You going to be alright, Luke? You look positively pea green.
I feel sort of seasick. My ears are all stuffy and the ground feels like it's made of marshmallow.
That'll be time sickness. The first jump I made, I didn't feel very well either. Well, Cog, we're going to head off now and see what we can find out. Sounds good. I'll be here waiting for you. Just use that special knock and I'll let you in. Excellent. I was wondering how we contacted you if you went back to your own time while we were out. That'd be a pain, alright? Now, you two should get moving. I'd like to get home in time for dinner. You would, wouldn't you?
There's no doubt about it, Professor. We're back in our time.
Surroundings here certainly do seem familiar.
All this time travel has really worn me out, you know.
Yeah, I could do with the rest myself, but we mustn't keep Cock waiting.
You're right, so shall we go and find Inspector Chalmy?
That will be our second stop. I'd like to drop by my office at the university first.
Okay, Gret?
Not quite. I need to check a few things before our meeting with Inspector Chalmy. Preparation, my boy, is the foundation upon which every good investigation is built.
Right you are, Professor.
Now that we're back in our own time, we can reach the university in a matter of minutes by bus. Let's go, Luke. I know it's not touched upon very often, but technically he is a professor for archaeology. He doesn't really do a lot of archaeological stuff in any of the games. There's a little bit, a tiny bit, in one of the later games. There's also this one video on YouTube where it's just like, oh, moments Professor Layton is seen doing his actual job, and it's like less than a minute. Because he doesn't really do his job a lot. You don't see him in university teaching, like, ever. I wouldn't actually want to be in his classes, I feel like.
How are you doing, boy? I'm fine, thank you. It's always a surprise to see you again.
Again? What's this again business? We just thought to give you some advice is all.
Alright, what is it?
Not many folks know this, but when you solve puzzles, you can earn these.
If you're going to talk about Pikaras, we already know all about them.
Is that so? Who cares? It's not all that great a secret anyway.
Okay, well, thank you. We really should go now. We've got a lot to do.
Wait, don't just run off like that. I have a puzzle. Yes, that's right. I have a puzzle for you. Yay! Clock the tower! Lost in an unfamiliar town, you ask a passerby for directions to the clock tower. He helpfully tells you, go straight from here, then turn left at the first corner, turn right at the next corner, then turn left at the next corner and he'll be in front of you. Assuming that you start from somewhere on the map below, where's the clock tower? Circle a letter A to A. Ooh. What? Go straight from here. Okay. Sure. That's great for you.
Here's my answer.
As soon as this man started talking about percentages, I was like, ooh.
Phew, that's a relief.
Good job! There were 37 people on the bus, 25 passengers on the bottom deck, and 40% of that, or 10 passengers on the top deck. This amounts to 35 passengers. If you're the conductor and bus driver, you get 37 people in total. You know, I'm something of a bus aficionado myself. On the old double-decker's mind, none of the bendy business. To be fair, they're very cool. I think the red double-deckers look really cool. Hello. Hello again, boys. I trust you found yourself some nice shiny hint points. We have, thanks in no small part to your expert direction. Delighted to be of assistance, so where's my thank you? Of course, madame. Please forgive me for not issuing proper thanks. We're very grateful for your help. Yes, thank you. We never would have found them without the help of a wise old lady like yourself. Now, just a moment there, Halfpin. Who are you calling old? They gonna call me Flawless Florence for nothing, you know. I'm as fit as and nimble as a teenager. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you old. I know how sensitive some elderly people can be about that. Elderly? Well, I'd never. Looks like I have to teach you a lesson the old-fashioned way with a puzzle. I was considered quite the catch in my younger days, you know. This is a picture of me back then, along with the 3 of my handsome suitors.
A few moments after this photo was taken, one of these gents expressed his love for me by presenting me the heart. Which one of these men, A to C, is the suitor in question?
Wow, that was a picture of you in your youth, damn.
Here's my answer. I knew it.
Lovely answer. It was him, alright. He made a heart out of the magazine he was holding. Quite a creative gesture, eh? There's no inspiration like true love. Oh.
You two are pretty sharp when it comes to puzzle solving, I'll give you that.
A compliment means all the more coming from a lady such as yourself, Florence. I do hope our paths cross again sometime.
Now you're making me blush. You can sweet talk me all you like, but you should know I'm a married woman. I think that lady is taking a shine to you, Professor. Auntie Little!
What the hell is the second picture book about? Let's make our way back to my office. Now then, which bus goes to Grasnella University?
Clearly the one that says Grasnella.
This is a stop all the students use when they go to the university.
I have to admit, all this time traveling has got me muddled. What are we investigating now?
Oh, feeling a bit disoriented, I see. I can hardly blame you.
It's not every day that I travel to the future and meet my older self, you know. I think I could do with a bit of a recap of our case.
Very well. Let's go back over it. Do you remember why Big Luke called us to the future?
To stop the evil Professor Layton.
And what exactly are we stopping my future self from doing?
Oh right, we want to stop him from completing his time machine research.
Precisely. And that's why you and I were headed for Chinatown.
Yes, it's becoming a bit less jumbled now. Couldn't get into Chinatown in the end. It was at that point that you said it would be useful if you could talk to the inspector.
Yes, but at the time I had no idea we'd be able to jump back to our own time to question it.
In that sense, I suppose you were pretty lucky, eh?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Why, what's wrong? Is there something bothering you?
There is, and it's something that we've come to investigate. Oh, we just about reached our stop. We'll drop by my office and then it's off to see the inspector. There's always something bothering him. Chapter 5. Wow, that was a very short chapter 4. What the heck? The Forgotten Case. I need to stop by my office to check something. After that, we'll go and find Inspector Chalmers. Sure. First, we're going to find all of our hint coins. Hello.
There you are, Professor L. I see you've cancelled our lecture again this week. Let me guess, you're off investigating another strange mystery, aren't you?
Ah, Miss Stone. Hello there. Yes, I'm afraid that something rather pressing has come up. I'll be holding supplementary lectures later, though. You can be sure of it.
Well, no worries, Professor L. As long as I get the credits, I don't really care.
Now, what kind of attitude is that, Rosetta? If you want those credits, you have to earn them. And since your topic is the stone relics of Cornwall, I'd say you have your work cut out for you. As your supervisor, I insist that you check in with me weekly until your dissertation is up to scratch.
I didn't mean to imply that I wasn't interested in my studies. I'm very much looking forward to our sessions together. Not every girl has the privilege of receiving private tuition from the great Professor Layton. Girl, what the hell?
What I meant was that you should check in with me during office hours.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice, Professor L. I'll see you next week. Girl! I don't know what that girl's up to, but it can't be good, Professor.
Nonsense, my boy. It's all in your head.
You can't fool me. Did you see the look she gave you? She's a man-eater. Whatever that means.
Oh dear. She's a man-eater.
Hey, aren't you the guy we bumped into at the presentation? What are you doing here?
Well, as you may remember, there were a few hiccups at the presentation. When the dust settled, the management decided it would be best to cut me loose. I'm sorry to hear that. Incidentally, I don't believe I've properly introduced myself yet. Please, sir, there's no need. Dean Damona filled me in. It's an honor, Professor Layton. I've actually been holding on to a puzzle just in case you happen to come by. Glad to hear it. Eh? Sure. You've received eyewitness reports about a shady trio. They all wore red, white, and green, but none of them wore the same combination. Here's what witnesses had to say about them. The men wore jackets of the same color. 2 of them had white trousers on. The larger man wore a white hat. And the woman's jacket was green. Push the trio's clothes to change the color so that it matched the eyewitness reports. Okay, wait. The larger man wore a white hat and the woman's jacket was green, which means the men wore jackets of the same color. White trousers. Yeah, but it has to be in a way that... Wait, they can't wear green because she's already wearing green. And they have to wear the same color. If he's wearing a white hat, then these 2 have to be wearing different hats. Red, green, white, white, red. No, green, red, white, white, red. You need different pants. There we go. I stand by that. Also, thank you for the high retirement of that. I think? Yeah. These are the same colors, but different on everyone. Yeah.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Nice.
Well, that's settled.
Smashing! For Shady Trio, the clothes might be a bit too conspicuous. Simply beautiful work, sir. Thank you so much for indulging me. Not at all. I quite enjoyed myself. Hello. Herschel, my boy, I've been looking for you. Hello there, Dean Damona. Didn't you receive my holiday request? Oh, yes, everything's in order there. It's something else that I need your help with. Well, in that case, please tell me how I can be of assistance. A bit closer, my boy. What I'm about to ask you, well, I wouldn't like anyone else to hear it. Thing is, I have this puzzle that I simply can't work out on my own. My darling granddaughter brought it to me, but I can't for the life of me solve the blasted thing. I can see how that could be rather vexing. Vexing would be putting it politely. It's hard to feel like the king of your castle when you can't even solve your grandchildren's puzzles. This is a rather serious issue for me, Herschel. It certainly sounds like it. Yes. So I take it I can count on you to help me work this one out? Of course. It's for your darling granddaughter. Here's some matchsticks that spell out 100M. Move one of the matches to the bin to display a length that is 1,000 of that size. Hehe. 100 meters. 10 centimeters.
That should do the trick.
Yeah.
Just as I suspected.
Terrific! 100 meters becomes 10 centimeters.
Smashing.
Oh, that's it! My granddaughter's going to be over the moon when she hears how clever her granddad is. I'm glad I could help. Likewise. By the way, Herschel, I do have one more small favor to ask of you. Certainly. Let's keep the fact that you helped me with this puzzle between you, me, and the wall, shall we, my boy? Of course, you may count on me. After all, you've a reputation to maintain with your granddaughter. Perceptive as always. And what about you there, young man? Can you keep a secret? Of course, my lips are sealed, sir. Splendid. For that you have my thanks. One last thing, Herschel. There's a young lady in the office. She said she's waiting for you.
I see. Professor, you must be talking about Flora. Yeah, Flora, that you ignore every single game. All the time, which is really sad. Because she's a good character.
Oh, hi there, Flora.
Yeah.
You two have got some nerve leaving me alone while you go off on another adventure.
Now, Flora, you know that wasn't our intention at all.
Like, you're telling me that canonically, at this point, well, not at this point in the story, but sometime later on, he even gets another adoptive daughter. Yet, Flora just gets pushed to the side every single time. I know I complained about this the last game we played as well, but it's so sad. They really didn't know what to do with her. Obviously she had her thing in the first game because she was a big part of the first game. And ever since then I was like, oh, well, yeah, sure, she exists, but she doesn't get to do anything, which is so sad.
While we were out investigating one issue, an even more troublesome matter arose.
What kind of troublesome matter?
We couldn't have seen it coming, Flora. Honest.
It feels like it. To be fair, I feel like we have a better version of her in the translated versions in the first place, because in the original Japanese, she's way more infatuated with Layton. Like in the whole, oh god, I want to marry him when I grow up way. And I'm just like, okay, we don't need that. They cut they cut all of that in the English version. But also because every single game after this, or like 4, 5, and 6, take place before the first game. This is the last time we see her actually. And then in the Catriel game, Layton doesn't show up at all. The only reason we even can somewhat place where Catriel takes place is if you watch the anime, which I actually haven't. I haven't watched the anime completely. I've only seen a few episodes of it. So I wonder, in the new game, if Flora is actually going to be in there, if they're actually going to give us a new game, because we know Luke is in there. Luke is somewhere in America. Layton's going to go over to America. If they're just going to write Flora off as, oh yeah, Flora stayed behind in London. As usual, I'm going to be very mad, not gonna lie.
Really?
Of course. We would never leave you behind on purpose.
That's a lie. You shouldn't lie, Luke.
Luke is quite right. Do forgive us for our oversight.
Well, okay. Just this once. But you two had better not leave me alone again.
Of course not.
We would never do that on purpose again. Because, like, if you remember the second game, you think, oh wait, Flora actually is there for a lot of the time, except she isn't at all. It's just someone you think is Flora for the longest time. Flora itself doesn't see any of the cool stuff in the second game. Because she's knocked out in a fucking barn. Yippee.
Well, sun is done, so I guess there's no point in dwelling on it. You two must be awfully tired after all that running around. I just made a pot of tea, I'll go fetch it. Professor, did you just make a promise to Flora? Yes, I'm rather afraid I did, and unfortunately, this is one promise I may have to break. Professor, that's terrible. You're always saying that a gentleman never breaks his word.
Well, I didn't see you doing anything to dissuade the poor girl from coming with us, Luke. Besides, you know our current case is fraught with danger. I don't want her to get hurt. And that's so, like, you are taking Luke with you everywhere, and Luke is younger than Flora. So the whole, ooh, you can't get a lady into danger doesn't fucking fly, Mr. Gentleman. We need to finish what we came here to do so that we can find the inspector. We best move quickly.
Suppose you're right, Professor. So what are we looking for?
Somewhere in my office is a leather-bound notebook with a yellow note sticking out of it. Do you think you can help me find it?
Aye, aye, Professor, I'm on the case.
Motherfucker.
Is this the notebook you were talking about, Professor?
Yes, it is.
Let's see. Notes on the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research. You got any information in this notebook, Professor?
I did, piece by piece. Sadly, most of its contents have been removed.
Hey, you're right. Most of the pages have been torn out.
It's been a while since I last opened it. Let's see. The newspaper clippings are still intact, at least.
How old are these articles, Professor?
I'll explain more on the bus. First, we need to get out of here before Flora returns.
You coward! Both of you! Cowards! Voila! I said you might be hungry, so I made some cucumber sand. Oh, where did they go?
I'm sorry, Flora. I'll stay with you.
Hey, Professor Al, where are you rushing off to now? We don't have time to talk. We're in the middle of an important investigation.
I wasn't talking to you, Shorty. Well,
It must have been all over the news.
you'd think so, wouldn't you?
However, though many perished in the blast, few records of the accident remain. What happened?
That's something I'm still trying to work out myself. But answer me this, Luke. What is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of an explosion?
Why, the explosion at the presentation of Dr. Stangen's time machine, of course.
That was my first thought as well. I have a strong suspicion that these two incidents are connected.
Why is that?
Well, it's nothing more than a hunch at the moment, so I can't really say anymore.
Professor, this is our stop. Here we are, Professor. Scotland Yard. Yard.
There's no time to waste. We have to find the inspector.
Thank you.
that you can just walk into Scotland Yard. Hello. Welcome to Scotland Yard, headquarters of the London Police Force. What can I do for you? We're here to see Inspector Chalmy. Could you let him know that we'd like to speak with him? I see. Well, the inspector's always happy to meet the public. He's terribly busy at the moment. Furthermore, I'm under strict orders to issue this puzzle to all visitors. Huh? Huh? In recent years, the city has been suffering from an increase in accidents and crime. According to a survey, there's one place in the city that has a higher average of injured people and deaths throughout the year than anywhere else. Where could it be? Circle the name of the place. The hospital has a lot of injured people.
That should do the trick.
And deaths. The cemetery only has deaths.
Just
Dead people.
as I suspected.
Not so much injured ones. That's right, there may be a lot of dangerous places in the city, but the hospitals where sick and injured people gather throughout the year. That's a fun puzzle. It's correct. Tremendous work as always, Professor Layton. Huh? Do you know the professor? Of course, I'm a huge fan. How could any self-respecting puzzler not know the name Layton? I assume the puzzle was one of your own design. That's right, guilty as charged. Couldn't pass up the chance to have Professor Layton solve one of my puzzles. I'll call to let the inspector know you're coming. His office is just up those stairs. Thank you very much. Yay! Hi, Barton. Barton's having some tea. Hello. Nothing like a nice cup of tea to soothe the nerves. Good day, Barton. Hi, good day to you, sir. Barton, we wish to have a few words with the inspector, but I don't see him here. I don't see him here either. I was led to believe he was here in his office. Yes, he was. Then he got up and left. It was all very sudden. I'm puzzled by his sudden disappearance. Oh. Barton, I sincerely hope you're not spreading misinformation about me. It wasn't 5 minutes ago I told you I needed to pop downstairs to see the chief constable. Oh yes, you did say that, sir. You see, as constable, you'll never move up in the force if you don't learn to listen. Hello, Inspector. Sorry about that, Layton. What a surprise to see you. Welcome to my humble office. Forgive the sudden intrusion, Inspector. I heard that you're leading the investigation to the Prime Minister's disappearance. I am, and since it's you I'm speaking to, I'll be quite candid. This case has me baffled. Dozens of eyewitnesses, myself included, not one blasted lead to work with. Since you were there too, I might as well hear your take on things. Have a seat. I was interviewed on the day of the incident, but maybe another chat will uncover some new theories. Hell yeah. I've already established that you were there when the explosion occurred. Yes, I certainly was. Then you must believe, as I do, that there's no way anyone could have survived that blast. Not the quack stun gun, not the staff, and, though I hate to say it, not the Prime Minister. But what confounds me is that we haven't found a single trace of any of them. What do you mean? We went through the place with a fine-tooth comb and didn't calm. And didn't find anything related to the victims. No bodies, no clothing, no shoes, not even so much as a pocket watch or ring. All we recovered from the scene was the 10 tons of scrap metal that used to be the machine. People? No people. There were 8 of them, sir. What? You just say something, Constable. There were 8 of them, sir. 8 people vanished. Yes, according to eyewitness reports, 8 people vanished from the scene. The group consisted of Stangan, a handful of his assistants, and the Prime Minister. Now, how in the world do 8 people just vanish? It's like a blasted magic trick. Don't worry, Inspector. From what I've heard, the Prime Minister is still alive. Now, young Luke, be a good lad and keep quiet, alright? The adults are having a serious conversation here. If you're bored, why don't you and Barton go and play in the lobby? Inspector, I assure you Luke isn't making this up, but there's a very real possibility that Bill Hawks is alive. What? Well, don't leave me here scratching my head like a fool. Explain yourself, Layton. I will, but I must ask a favor of you first. And what would that be? Do you recall the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research 10 years ago? What did you just say? I'll take that as a yes. It is imperative that I see any and all case files on an incident. Sounds like you're onto something here, Layton. What do you know?
I make a lot of mistakes, so I get shouted at a lot. He's always telling me I lack insight and don't pay enough attention. He's absolutely right. I get distracted very easily and then I make mistakes. Chin up, Constable. Everyone makes mistakes. I make them all the time. I've made some howlers, though. Just the other day, in fact, I found myself in quite a jam. Park the car. Barton needs to park his police car in the space indicated by the flag. When he encounters a cross, he has to turn left or right. When he meets a circle, he must keep going straight. Assuming he is not allowed to reverse the car, which route does Barton need to take in order to reach the parking space? Draw a line from the police car to the parking space. As you can see, the parking space can only be entered from one side. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, wait. Let's go from the back. You can only go right, left or right on these. Okay, since this would be too short of a way, let's go left. You can only go straight on this one. You can only go straight on this one. You can only go left or right. 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 Right, and then straight, straight. Right. 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 Straight, 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 straight. Left. Hey! Hey, good evening.
How about this?
Aha.
I knew it!
I knew it. Nice driving. Barton has to go all the way around the parking space in order to get there. Though you showed him the route he needed to take, all the turns seem to have confused Barton. He's ridden off the police car and the inspector's not happy. Oh no! Wonderful work, Luke. I bet the professor never has to shout at you. Well, the professor's not really the shouting type. It's true that I never leave a puzzle unsolved. I've got his reputation to uphold. Dear, I never considered the possibility that my clangers could harm the inspector's reputation. Don't worry, Constable. You try your best, and that's the most important thing. If only I could convince the inspector to see things that way. Luke, come here. I think I found what we're looking for. What is it, Professor? Hello. He's so small. I felt you did some very valuable information, Luke. And what exactly did you find out, Professor? Let's just say I'm very confident that the Prime Minister is still alive. The only way to save him, however, is to travel to the other London where he's being held. You think he might be trapped in the future? Perhaps. This is something we need to discuss with the Inspector. Yeah, let's explain the concept of him having time travel to the Inspector. He's surely going to believe us. Absolutely. Well, Layton, did your investigation bear any fruit? It did, indeed. But before I explain, please allow me a few questions. Inspector, were you involved in the investigation into the explosion at that institute 10 years ago? Yes, ages ago it was. I remember I'd just been promoted to sergeant. Say, do you remember the names of the scientists thought to have caused the explosion? Let me think. It's coming back to me now. One was called Allen, Dr. Dimitri Allen. Weren't there two scientists implicated? Do you remember the second scientist's name? Ah, it was quite a long time ago, you know. I see you're having some difficulty remembering. Well then, what about the victims? Do you remember anything about them? The explosion caused substantial damage to the area and destroyed a nearby block of flats. Several of the building's tenants perished in the explosion, as well as one of the lab assistants. Strangely enough, though, I think that both the scientists involved in the experiment survived. That was very informative. Thank you, Inspector. Right, now I've got a few questions of my own. How do you think this old case relates to my current one? This is just theory. Again, theory. I think the Prime Minister is being held somewhere beyond the influence of Scotland Yard. Do you mean to say he's being held in another country? You may find what I'm about to tell you hard to believe, but I think Bagel Hawks is being held captive in the future. If this is your idea of a joke, Layton, I'm not laughing. I can understand your skepticism. Well, thank you for all your help today, Inspector. Should I learn anything else about the Prime Minister's whereabouts, you will be the first to know. Come now, Luke, let's be off.
Oh, wait right there. We had a deal. Surely you've got more for me than a far-fetched theory. Inspector, I've told you as much as I know at the moment. Now, please excuse us. They're really just leaving him with that. Oh, man. Now that we got what we came for, let's go back to the clock shop. Cog is waiting for us. Right here, Professor. They're really just giving him the whole... Oh, yeah. He's stuck in the future. Bye! I don't think he's gonna be very happy about that. Hey, it's you again. Where are you off to now, Squirt? Hey. Can't say. It's a secret. Oh. Well, I was going to offer you a puzzle, but it looks like you're in a hurry, so... What's that? You've got a puzzle that needs solving? Oh, now I've got your attention, eh? Yes. Chessboard. Here are 3 sheets of transparent plastic with different patterns painted on them. If you lay them correctly, a chessboard pattern appears. The order in which you lay them is important, and you can flip or rotate the sheets. Which sheet A, B, or C goes in the very bottom? Touch a letter to give you an answer. Wait, okay. If I put you on the bottom, and then B, I'll get all of this is blue. Wait, see. Oh, I have colors in this one. Oh my god, that's fancy. Okay, well, this is blue. This is yellow. Then I'll put C on top, and then this will be yellow. This will be yellow. This will be yellow. This will be yellow. This will be blue. And this will be blue. Hi, good evening. Okay, yeah, B. B.
Here's my answer.
No way, the memo field even has different colors. Amazing.
No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
How are you? Nicely done. B goes in the very bottom and the other sheets are laid on top in the order pictured above. Fuck. You just managed to beat 2 of them. Oh no! I have played these games a lot of times. I like them a lot. I'm doing fine. Splendiferous job, whatever that means. I'm assuming it's something akin to good job, but that's a word I've never heard before in my life. Suppose we have to head back to future London now, don't we? What's the matter, Luke? Are you scared of traveling through time again? Yes. I mean, no, as long as I don't have to do it alone. Of course not. I'll be right here with you. First step is to head to Chinatown to meet the future Professor Layton, I suppose. That's right. If my assumptions are correct, we'll find the Prime Minister there as well. Do you think we'll run into trouble along the way? We always run into trouble along the way. Considering the warm welcome we received from the family at the casino, I'd say anything's possible. Luke, there's no telling what kind of dangers await us in the future. Maybe it would be best for you to remain here in our time. What kind of apprentice would I be if I left you to face those dangers all alone? I'm coming with you, Professor. Let's go. Yeah, but you can leave Flora behind, because who cares about her, right? She's there on the saving options. But nothing more. Chapter 6, Traveling Companions. Alright, what mischief have you two got yourselves into now then? Excuse me? I don't know what you're talking about. No point playing innocent boy. Old Stash and Scarvin is more than you think. They might be hidden, but I do have eyes, you know. And these eyes can see that the law's right on your tail. I don't think I understand. Say no more, boy. Just know that I'm always on your side. If you call me, I'll come running. Oh, well, thanks, I suppose. We ought to be off now, Luke. I have the feeling that things are about to get interesting. Aha! We're not even halfway done with this game, I think. The things are surely about to get interesting, yeah. Luke, do you remember the secret knock that Big Luke used when we entered the clock shop last time? Of course. Allow me, Professor. Come on in. Welcome back, Professor. Sorry to keep you waiting. Where's Cock, by the way? Oh, same place as always, in the back chamber with a big clock. Hee hee. Oh. Hee hee ho ho. Hee hee ho ho ho. Hello. Welcome back. I take it you found the information you were after. We did. I hope Luke hasn't gotten tired of waiting for us back in the future. Haha, back in the future. Yeah. Yep, we mustn't keep the young sir waiting. Young sir? They just call Luke sir. Sorry, it's an old habit from being in service. My mind shut's not as sharp as it used to be, you know. I often get a little muddled in. Someone's at the door. You can't just barge onto private property. It's illegal, not to mention ungentlemanly. I don't think the law cares about being gentlemanly. I, madame, and no gentleman. I'm an officer of the law and I'm here on an important investigation. What's Inspector Chammy doing here? You tailed us, didn't you, Inspector? In which case, Spring is right. It is very unbecoming of a gentleman. Say what you will, Layton. The fact remains that our Prime Minister is missing. If I have to step on a few toes to find him, then that's what I'll do. Inspector... I'll keep doing it until you lay your cards on the table, Layton. All of them. I can't believe you, Professor. Oh god, no. You too, Luke. Laura? You ran off and left me on my own again. I'd even made you those nice cucumber sandwiches. Laura, please. We just didn't want to put you in danger, that's all. You say that, but the real reason you won't take me is because you think I'll get in the way, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm looking at you, right? A team of level 5? Isn't it? Why did you even write her if you don't want to use her? No, that's not it at all. Flora, you have to understand. You could be put in harm's way. It's for your own safety that... I don't know anyone else here. What am I supposed to do when you two run off? Just sit there like a lemon and wait? Like a lemon? Well, when you put it that way... Look. You know, Layton, I think the girl has a point. You may be leaving her behind out of concern, but it doesn't help anyone if it gets her all upset. Inspector, you two? Sorry to interrupt, but we've got to get going. We can't keep Luke waiting any longer. I have to start her up now. There's several people here with nothing to do with the matter at hand. Well, the more the merrier, that's what they say, isn't it? That's ridiculous. I beg you to reconsider. Sorry, Professor, we got to go. Hold on, everyone. Hold on? What for? Well, you're about to find out. Okay, end of the line, everyone out. What in the world? My stomach's doing backflips again. Hey, Layton, watch this happen. Step outside and see for yourself, Inspector. That should serve as sufficient explanation. What are you on about now? Come on, the button. Let's go outside. Just a moment, Inspector. I'm feeling a little queasy. Very queasy, actually. Pull yourself together, Constable. We're going outside. Please don't jostle me. I'm feeling a bit green. Are you okay, Flora? It was a rather bumpy ride. I don't say. Time travel really takes it out of you. I'm just a little dizzy. Oh, no, Flora! Yep. Goodbye. Welcome to the future. But we still leave you behind. Look at that! His face. Layton, what's all this? What's happened to London? We're still in London, Inspector. We just been transported 10 years into the future. But that's impossible, isn't it? Or is it possible, Layton? One thing is for certain, we're no longer in the London we know. Well, there will be plenty of time for debate once my work here is done. I seem to recall you saying something about the Prime Minister being trapped in the future, yes? Yes. It's by no means certain, but it remains a definite possibility. Well, then what are we standing around here for? The hunt is on, Barton. We have to find the Prime Minister. You know, Inspector, we may have better luck tracking him down if we work together in this case. That's enough from you, Layton. The fact remains that you're a civilian. I handle this on my own. Me. Well, if it ain't my favorite set of problem solvers, thanks again for helping me with those boards. It was nothing really, just a bit of thinking and a well-placed cut. Yeah, well if it ain't too much trouble, you think you could work your magic on these boards too? Why do you keep buying weird boards? This one board is oddly shaped and difficult to work with. Who the fuck? The best solution would be to cut it into two pieces that form a square when they are combined. However, the grain of the wood means that the two pieces can't be flipped or rotated after being cut. Draw lines where the board needs to be cut, then touch submit. This is so... Why the hell would you buy a board? Who sells boards like this? Who cuts them like this?
Let's see if I've got this right. Just as I suspected.
Sharp solution. A rather interesting rearrangement, eh? Look at that, May, you did it again. Thanks to you, we're that much closer to giving Midland Road the refurb it deserves. That's great. Give me a second, I need to go back to the present. To grab a puzzle that becomes Okay, Back to the Future it is. I like that traveling to the future is so easy in this one. Some guy asked you if you want to travel to the future and you just say yes. If only it was that easy all the time. For example, I wish it was Friday already.
Where's the other Luke professor?
Now that you mention it, we never decided on a meeting place. Perhaps we should pay Shipley a visit.
Of course, you're getting in touch with Big Luke first. Shall we head over to the restaurant then? Oh! Shall we?
Well, look who's back.
Mr. Sergeant Scarfin.
The one and only. And who's your feathered friend then?
You mean Slag? Ah, nice to meet you,
Nice to meet you too, Birdie. But you seem like a dependable lot. Can I ask you a favor? I've recently become rather fond of mushrooms, especially those little red ones. They're delicious. That's where you come in. I'd like you to seek out one of those fine fungi and bring it back to me.
Small red delicious mushroom. I haven't a clue where we could find one of those. Ah, snack now, Slag Dad.
Now that's the kind of can-do attitude I like, Birdie. Are you really up to the task?
Slag's no ordinary parrot. This should be a doodle thing.
Ah, Slag can now take on requests from people you meet during your adventure. Gotcha. Help Slag complete the request given in the parrot minigame available in the trunk. The more requests you succeed in completing, the more skillful Slag becomes. If you complete enough requests, he'll start to help you find hidden hint coins. See if you can help Slag complete every delivery request you come across. Ah. Let's get the show on the road. Open the parrot minigame in the trunk and select by request. Catching my mushroom should be no problem for your parrot if he's half the bird you say he is. Now hurry, I can't get enough of those little red mushrooms. Just have to bring me one, quick. 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 Generously volunteer to serve as a delivery bird. Unfortunately, the heavy objects he has to carry make it hard for him to fly. Yeah, okay, that's... Yes, yes, yes. You gave me this tutorial already. Yes, game. You gave me this tutorial. Listen carefully now, don't worry, it's not that hard. I want you to bring me a mushroom, a lovely red mushroom, nice and shiny. I think you can manage to deliver the mushroom in 10 seconds. Oh. This would... I don't think this one's possible. Oh, no. Oh, never mind. It's very much possible. Good work. I knew you were just a fellow for the job. This is a perfect specimen.
Ah, specimen.
You just go on like that and you become a fine delivery parrot. People will love you.
Huh? Delivery.
You have earned this person's gratitude with your expert delivery skills.
Hell yeah.
We're very good at what we do. Thank you for the height to time and the pet. Man, I really wish I think I was talking about a Barbie movie. I'd have to go back and actually check that stream again sometime, but I think it was a Barbie movie. Hi there, Volt. You look absolutely knackered. Have you been out walking all day?
We have. I can't say too much, but we've been on quite a journey.
Oh, is that so? Well, you really need to perk you up with a nice big meal, but we don't serve hot food here, I'm afraid. I suppose I could whip up one of our special ham rolls, though, if you ask nicely, that is.
That sounds great, but what makes it so special?
It's all about the order of the ingredients, plus it has an extra special secret ingredient. I just have to remember how to make the thing. How does it go again? What other movies do you talk about that much on stream? That's true, actually. I don't think there's any other movies that I've watched as many times that I could talk about as many times. Or talk about as much. I haven't even watched that many movies in the first place. The Tinkerbell movies, technically, I like those a lot. But there's only so many of them, and that they stopped making them a long time ago. Playing catch up with all of the input. Can you make a roll to these exact specifications? The ham goes above the potato salad. The only ingredient between the ham and tomato is lettuce. The cheese touches the bread. The middle layer is neither ham nor lettuce. Oh god, wait. Ham goes above the potato salad. Okay, that's where it is already. The only ingredient between the ham and tomato is lettuce. No. Cheese touches the bread. The middle layer is neither ham nor lettuce. Wait, neither ham nor lettuce. Other way around then. Ham goes above the potato salad. The only ingredient between the ham and the tomato is lettuce. Cheese touches the bread. The middle layer is neither ham nor lettuce, because now the tomato's in the middle. Yeah, I think.
This one's as
I don't
good
think I
as
would
solved.
want this much on one roll, but.
Phew, that's a relief.
Delicious! It's time to tuck in.
Thanks for the help. As your reward, here's your ham broth.
Oh wow, this is amazing. Who would have thought potato salad in a sandwich could be so delicious? And the crusty roll's a perfect match for the tomato and cheese. I love it. Not a patch on my cucumber sandwiches though, eh?
Uh-oh. Did the last bite get caught in your throat? You shouldn't eat so quickly, you know. Hello.
Hey there, little lady. You don't look very well. Are you alright?
No worries, little lady. I'm doing just fine. Fine. I do appreciate your concern, though. A well, thanks for your kind words of this puzzle. It's been sitting in my back pocket, so it's a little squash, but it plays just fine. Fine.
Ew? Ew?
Damn, Flora.
You have 8 jars of jam of 4 different types depicted by the different colors. The different types of jam vary in weight. Your jars have been put into boxes in pairs. Use the scales to work out the relative weight of each type of jam and rank them 1 to 4, with 1 being the lightest and 4 the heaviest. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Okay. I tried this before now, man.
Does this sound right? Take that, puzzle.
All hands done with the heaviest the orders. Blue, yellow, green, red. By weighing the red blue box with the red green box, you can work out that blue gem is heavier than green gem. Weighing red blue with blue green tells you that green gem is heavier than red gem. Finally, by ascertaining that yellow yellow is the same weight as blue green, you can work out that the weight of yellow gem is between that of blue gem and green gem. Hell yeah, brother. Say, nice going, little lady. You've got quite the mind for puzzling. Thank you. Hello. Hello again, boy. You're enjoying your trip to the big city, are you? Trip? I hope you know that I was born in this city. Right you are then, whatever you say. What about yourself, madame? Were you born in London as well? Me? Oh no, born and raised in Cardiff I was. Spent most of my life there. I don't know where that is. But then something unusual happened, see, and I ended up moving to London. But yes, my life story just like one of them sweeping epic adventures you see in the pictures. Speaking of films, have you heard this one? Heard? I should have seen it. If at all. You know. 6 people need to be seated at the cinema. Your task as an usher is to find a seating arrangement that will make them all happy. I refuse to sit next to, behind, or in front of C. Oh, damn. I hate the front row. I don't like the left or right seats. I hate the left side and the back. I prefer the right side, anything but the front or left seats. Jesus Christ. That is a lot? Okay. I refuse to... I hate the front row. Okay, so you go somewhere in the back. Let me see. We can go somewhere... Oh god. We can go somewhere in the back. You don't like the left or the right seat, so you can go either here or here. I hate the left side and the back, so you can go either here or here. I prefer the right side, so you can go either here or here. Anything but the front or left seat, so here or here. And A refuses to sit next to, behind, or in front. So, okay, we're gonna just put A here. He's the only one we know for sure, I guess. If A is here, C cannot be here because he doesn't like to be next to C. So, you go. So, this one goes to D. If D is here, this one goes to E. If E is here... F, E, B, wait. Oh yeah, this one goes to B. If B is here... Okay, A, D, E, B, C, F. A, D, E, B, C, F. A, D, E, B, C, F. Good.
This one's as good as solved. I knew it!
Excellent! The only 2 options for C are the middle seat in the front or back row. When you try to fit the other requests around that, this is the only arrangement that will make them all happy. Spot on, boy. Well, that's the answer, alright? Enjoy the rest of your visit to London, won't you? How many times do I have to tell you I am from London? Whatever you say, don't get lost in a big city now, will you? I give up. Laura's the voice of really?
Will I? Oh, goodness gracious. If I do this, it should bounce you somewhere. Where does this bring you if I do that? Boom. Uh-huh. What does this do? Oh, goodbye. Oh, even in Skyrim? Eh? Where do you go from here? Boing. Boing. Ah. Nice. What a delicious scent. Spot on, my feathered friend. Thank you. Perfume. Oh, well, talking to, is it? What a remarkable bird. Please don't teach the bird how to. Look, I've just remembered something. What's that, Professor? We've neglected to explain the situation to Flora. Gosh, you're right. I completely slipped my mind. That's alright. I'm just happy I could come along. Be that as it may, I think an explanation is in order. Let's stop at the hotel for a quick chat. Alright, Professor. You could also talk while walking, but I guess that wouldn't be as fun. Hello, you're not from around here, I take it. I suppose you could say that we're here on an investigation. Yes, and all this walking we're doing is really starting to catch up with me. Tired, eh? Well, you know what always perks me up? A nice chunk of chocolate. Got some in my pocket, in fact. Would you like a piece? Like one? I'd love one. Oh my, it seems I spoke too soon. This chocolate's got a hole in it. How am I going to cut it up now? Would you mind if I had a look at it? I think I can help. A hole in the chocolate? A 5 times 10 centimeter bar of chocolate has a 5 times 1 centimeter piece broken off from it, as shown in the image below. Chocolate bar has also had a 5 millimeter diameter hole drilled into it at the location shown in the image. How many more pieces can you break off from the remaining chocolate bar that are the exact same size and shape as this one? Any piece that contains even a small part of the whole can't be included in the count. Why would there be a hole in the chocolate? They just said one. They were like, you know what, we already got you in the studio. Can you just do all of these lines and then go home? Okay, well, 5 times 1. 5 times 1. 5 times 1. 5 times 1. And then this is half, and then I can do another one that's just like 1, 2, 1, 2, and this part we just can't use, right? 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Does this sound right?
Does it sound right?
Take that, puzzle.
Cocoa wrecked 8 pieces. You should break up the left side of the chocolate bar horizontally as shown in the image. If you make sure the entire hole fits within 1 piece of chocolate and exclude that piece from the count, you're left with 8 pieces. Nice. Lovely, now everyone can have some. Here you go, you two. Thank you very much. It's delicious. If only I had a glass of milk to go with it. Oh. And another request for the bird.
Hey Birdie, I've baked a delicious cake, but it's so full of lovely things that it's too heavy for me to carry myself. Can you bring it over instead?
Imagine that though, it's too heavy for a human. Wait, if I do this, you're gonna bounce over here, aren't you? It's too heavy for a human to take over, so you ask a bird to take it. Yeah, that should work. If it works, it works.
Nicely done. It must have been hard work. Well then, would you like a slice? I made a pot of Earl Grey while I was waiting. You do drink tea? Earl Grey, Earl Grey.
I don't know enough about parrots. But I'm not sure you should be giving them tea. Or cake, for that matter. As well, just as weak humans. Ah, I see.
Welcome back to the hotel, Duke. Oh, hello there, young lady. Who may you be? My name's Flora. I'm a guest of the Professor and Luke's. Well, sort of. Actually, what really happened is I followed them here because they ran off without me. They're always doing that. It's really quite upsetting at times. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to babble.
What are you talking about, Flora? Don't mind her, Becky. Flora can get quite nervous around new people.
I would never pry into a guest's personal affairs. That's against hotel policy. I'll be off now. Have a pleasant day.
I hope you don't think the worst of us for leaving Flora behind. Consequences of your own actions.
A charming room.
I'm glad you like it, Flora. Your room will soon be ready as well.
No need for that. I'm happy to stay in this one with you two. We'll just put up a screen. Look, you're the smallest, so you can sleep in that chair there. And I can take one of the beds and the professor can take the other one. That's not fair. I'm far too big to fold myself into a chair.
We can discuss sleeping arrangements later. For now, let's bring you up to speed, Flora.
Alright, I'm all ears.
We are currently in a city that looks very much like London, but is fundamentally different. The city may appear similar to our London, but make no mistake, it's a far more dangerous place.
How so? What he's trying to say is that we've traveled through time. This is London 10 years in the future. What?
We're currently working with a young man who identifies himself as the future Luke. According to him, in the 10 years between this time and ours, I became a rather unsavory individual. And here in the future I rule over the city with an iron fist. This young man is working with us to try and stop my evil future self.
Oh, that's an awfully complicated story.
Did you follow all of it?
Yes, I think so. Can you imagine a professor as a crime boss? I wonder what he's like.
Hey Luke.
Yes? If both the professor and you have older counterparts here, I should have one too, right? Well, yes, I suppose so. But you haven't seen a future Flora here? No, not yet, anyway. But didn't it strike you strange that you hadn't seen me? You know, we've had a lot going on since you got here, so we haven't had the time to, Well, I'm curious as to where my future self could be anyway.
I think we should move on. You know, Flora, the restaurant we're going to now is said to be one of the best in town.
Is it really? Let's go then. Good thinking, Professor.
I don't like their treatment of Flora. What the fuck are you doing here? Tina Mona! Oh, fancy seeing you here, Herschel. How you been keeping well? Very well, thank you. You're looking rather well yourself, if I may so. Spry, even. Goodness no, this old man is growing older by the day. My hair's gone completely white, see? Yes, I thought there was something different about you. Some people say silver hair makes a man look distinguished, but it was partial to my crop of brown. Now listen, Herschel, Luna's full of people quick to sully your name. Rest assured that I don't believe a word of it.
Oh. Okay. That's nice, thank you. That was quite a shock, Professor. We saw the Dean a few hours ago, and now he's aged a full 10 years. Yes, time certainly appears to have left its mark on Dean Lamona. Is something the matter, Professor? Not at all. I just needed a moment to think. Let's be on our way. Sure. Puzzles are the only way to pass the time on these snooze-worthy shifts. See if you can wrap your thinking gear around this head scratch I cooked up. Oh gosh, whatever shall I do? It's another puzzle by the goons. Here are 5 numbered stamps. Stamp the numbers into the blank spaces to complete the equation. Only one digit can fit into each blank space, and you must use the lowest possible number of stamps. Select the stamps that you need to use and touch submit.
Here's my answer. I knew it.
I knew it. That's right, the stamps you need to use are 3 and 6. If you rotate the 6 stamp, you can use it as a 9. You can then use the 3 stamp 3 times, so you can complete this equation using only 2 stamps. The biggest number it could have been was a 9. Because it's only one digit. Yeah. Ah, you solved it. Oh, great. Now how am I supposed to get through another boring day on the job? I don't know, ask someone else. Boring? Don't you work for a crime syndicate? If your job's boring, you're doing it wrong. Huh, I must be hearing things. Could have sworn you just told me how to do my job. Hey, no, I didn't mean anything by it. Just ignore me. Don't you work for a crime syndicate? Luke. Greetings, Shipley. Professor, good timing. I just got a message for you from Luke. He wants you to go to the observatory in the park that's north of here. Make sure you're not followed. This park is just off the path that connects Flatstone Street to Midland Road, correct? That's the one. Luke will be waiting for you there. Why do we need to make sure we're not followed? Sounds as though someone out there may be monitoring our movements. Are you paying attention to this, Flora? It's very important. Of course I'm listening, Professor. Moving around in a group of 3 will make us more conspicuous. I know you don't want to be left alone, but I think it would be best if you waited for us at the hotel. What? As soon as we've caught up with the other Luke, we'll come and get you. No, I'm coming with you. No, Flora. Come on, Professor, let her come along. We'll do our best to be stealthy on our way to the park. It'll be fine. Besides, it might be more dangerous to leave Flora all by herself. I suppose you may have a point there, Luke. But Flora, you do realize that where we're headed could be extremely dangerous, don't you? Are you really sure you want to come with us? Of course I do. I'm not scared. Well, that settles it. Let's get moving. Well, Luke, it looks as though we'll have to put our dinner plans on hold again, I'm afraid. I understand, Professor. I'm pretty hungry, but we shouldn't keep Big Luke waiting. Well then, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Welcome to London's most delicious destination. I hope you brought your appetites. We did, but we didn't bring our time. By the way, the postman tells me you've got a real knack for solving puzzles. I suppose you could say that. Why do you bring it up, sir? I ordered a few numbered plates a while back, you see, but the company made a mistake. The numbered plates pilot ordered have finally arrived, but wait a second. Oh no, the manufacturer painted all the numbers on backwards by mistake. Pilot would like to use them as soon as possible, but it will apparently take quite a while to fix each and every plate.
Save time, the manufacturer would like him to make do with the plates that he can use as they are and only send back the ones that absolutely have to be fixed. Pilot wants your help. Take only the plates that can't be used. Well, you can use the 0 regardless. You can use the 1. You can use the 2 as a 5. You can just turn these around, I think. Hi, Giampi! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in! Even you were playing Little Witch in the Woods. Hell yeah, I want to play that one at some point as well. Welcome in, raiders. I'm Noah, like the color pink vision of his JRPGs. I'm currently playing versus Layton in the Unwound Future. I'm doing fine. I hope you're doing good. A Pikachu for the raiders, of course.
Pikachu. Pika Pika. Pikachu.
It's very cozy and fun. I'm glad to hear it. Is it still in early access? Or is it like out of the early access now? Okay, wait. You can just turn these around 2, 4. You can use the 3 if you just turn it. You can use the 4 if you. Seven. 8. These two won't work.
That should do the
fishing
trick.
feature. Oh, fishing is always hit
Well,
or
that's
miss for me,
settled.
depending on how the fishing works. Your number 1, 6 and 9 definitely won't work. 0, 1, and 8 are symmetrical, so that clearly pays they are. The 2 and the 5 can replace each other if they're rotated at 180 degrees. Rotating the 3, 4, and 7 as shown allows them to work just fine. Pretty nifty. I do like some fishing. Personally, I don't like the fishing in Stardew Valley, for example. Looks like I asked the right fella for help. Cheers! I won't forget this. There'll be more than a little extra gravy in the next pie you order here, believe me. We haven't even ordered our first pie, but thank you. Oh dear, I'm in a bit of a pickle. I have to make a terrine of my famous tomato supreme, but I've run out of tomatoes. Could you go and get some for me? Oh no, you've run out of tomato. Okay, I have full robes. If I do this, it's gonna blast you. Oh, no worries at all. Get some rest. Thank you. Wait, if I do this, where does it blast you? Ah. That's definitely not gonna work out. Okay. What if I let you bounce off this wall? Ding, down, down. That could work, maybe. Brilliant, just in time. Cheers, fella. I owe you one. And one terrine of tomato supreme. The secret ingredient is chickpeas. Want to try some? Tomato. Tomato. I really didn't know. Oh. You there with the shady expression, look me in the eyes when I talk to you. Eyes of William reading here. Listen, you hooligan, I'm acting under the authority of Scotland Yard. I demand that you comply with my investigation. Scotland Yard? It's been years since the police had any power in this city. Now, power, you say? You do well to take a close look at the man before you. The very sight of this face sends stocks running for the hills. Oh, there, settle down. Somebody help me. This oddball's getting too close for comfort. Inspector, please calm down. Ah, Luke, not now, lad. I'm putting the screws on his dubious character here. Inspector, please. I can vouch for this man. He's just an ordinary citizen. Ah, so he's a friend of yours, like, should have said so earlier. You're off the Hope newspaper, boy. Listen well, because I'll only say this once. Thanks, I'm listening. Soul, is this show? Soul of Scotland Yard, and what it stands for is immortal, even in a corrupt pit of depravity like this. Now, if you excuse me, I've got an investigation to attend to. Good day. Thanks for saving me from that loon. What was all that gibberish about Scotland Yard? Oh, the inspector doesn't mean any harm. He just tends to get a little worked out. A little. Can't seem to open the door to the observatory. Really? Looks as though the door is locked with a puzzle. Yes, you're right. Worry not, Luke. I solved this puzzle and have us through the door before you know it. Hell yeah. Move the red and blue blocks to the spaces of the same color. Touch the arrow buttons at the bottom to rotate the board 90 degrees. Blocks fall downwards when there's nothing between. Give it a try. Oh. Okay.
Let's see if I've got this right. Just as I suspected.
Nice. How many moves did it take? You could have used in 5. Well, if you start off with the right move immediately, yes, apparently. There we are, Luke. The lock is disabled. The door is open.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Luke.
Hello.
Thank you for meeting me here. I know it's out of your way. I wanted to make sure you weren't followed and this place offers a good view of anyone approaching. Now then, have you made any progress in your investigation? You've encountered some unexpected turns, but on the whole it's going well. I can't believe I'm meeting Luke from the future. Flora, it's you! I didn't recognize you for a moment there. You have to forgive me, this is all a bit unexpected.
It's nice to know that some things never change. I see you're still easily flustered.
You want to talk, Flora? As I recall, you go bright pink at the drop of a hat. It's good to see you anyway. You look well. Flora's presence here is one of the unexpected turns I mentioned. Inspector Chelmy and Barton are here as well. Well, I'm not too surprised by the inspector's arrival. The man lives for police work. Are you saying you expected him to tail us back here? Expected? No, but I acknowledge it as a possibility. Anyway, we really need to discuss how we're going to get into Chinatown. We haven't a chance of getting through unless we get those guards to leave the gate. You found a way to lure them away, haven't you? Yes, see, the guards don't hang around the area all the time. They only man their positions when Layton tells them to. In other words, my future self has some reason to post watchmen there now. I must confess that may be my fault. I've been doing a lot of reconnaissance in the area and may have been spotted. The crucial point to remember is that the guards will leave their posts if their boss tells them to. I see, but how do we get my future self to issue that order? Fortunately, your future self almost never interacts directly with the lower-level grunts. He lets Lieutenant Bostro give out the orders instead.
Hi, Zen. Good evening. How are you?
I'm sure you remember him. He was a mountain of a man commanding the thugs at the casino. Yes, I know who you're talking about. If the thugs by the gate hear Buster telling them to get lost, I'm sure they'll leave their posts. Then all we need to do is record Buster's voice and play it back for the guards. Well done, little Luke. But have you thought of how to reproduce Buster's voice? I seem to remember you picking up a new friend near the river who boasts impressive vocal talents. Of course, you mean Slag. We can get him to mimic Buster's voice. Dear dear, so how do we get Slag to learn how to say "get lost" in Buster's voice? That could prove quite difficult. Not really. Get lost is something of a catchphrase for Buster. He's always shouting it. I spent quite a few afternoons spying on the man. He uses it at least a dozen times a day. It's not a very nice thing to say. Well, he's not a very nice fellow, as you may have noticed. The catchphrase is our ticket into Chinatown. We should start looking for him immediately. Excellent. Buster's likely to be lurking somewhere in the vicinity of the casino. We'll need to be cautious, but I say we start searching for him there. Save my progress. Yes, absolutely.
Chapter 7, Chinatown. Look, that's a perfect place to stop. That is perfect. Yes, absolutely. Haha, reached the chapter. So we can end. We have solved 66 puzzle. Oh, we had 6 hours and 9 minutes, not 6 minutes. 6 hours and 9 minutes. Perfect. What more do we want? Hell yeah. Thank you for the pet. Yes, a rare on-time stop. No way. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight then.
God, I love this music so much.
But yeah, this is where we're gonna stop. I'm gonna send you guys over to Kuda. It's playing a little to the left. You've seen a little to the left. No way. I'm like, no way. I'm gonna send you guys over to Kuda, who just recently redebuted after long break because of school. So thank you so much for coming on this rare Monday stream. It's only Monday. We'll continue Layton in 2 days on Wednesday. I wish you all a very, 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 very good night. Thank you so much for coming by. I'll have to mute this one regardless though. Put on my own music. Have a good night. And bye bye. Bye bye.